one sector in which both countries can see each other standing shoulder to shoulder. Pakistan is competitive in this sector. This is a point that I had made in the presentation. Despite of around a decade of entry of Chinese medicine into the Pakistani market, the Chinese medicine have not been able to acquire more than 2% of this market. So Pakistan, given that it is already competing in the face of liberalized Chinese medicine, despite the fact that they also come through the channels which may be indirect, which may be under-invoiced in many cases. But what you find is a larger demand of Chinese medicine in, for example, areas where there are shortages, particularly in case of vaccinations, for example. That is where Chinese enter the Pakistani market. Now, while yes, there is a central drug regulatory authority, but my information was that state level registration of pharmaceutical items is also allowed, and that sort of makes it a problem.
But not pricing.
Yeah, given that some items are being registered at the central level, some are being registered at the state level. So that was the thing that I wanted to sort of highlight. When we sit with the pharmaceutical community in Pakistan, and it'll be hard to sort of convince them when we are bringing down the negative list, unless something is done about the fake and the substandard medicine, of course, and that has to come from India. I mean, this is for all of us. I mean, there has to be some sort of policy effort in convincing the neighbors who are ready to do trade with you in pharmaceutical that something is being done about the fake medicine being found in the market. Now, if there is substandard medicine available in the Indian market, but you ask a Pakistani pharmaceutical entity to have an FDA approval, that doesn't sort of do good if you're asking for a liberalization or scaling down of the negative list. About the consumers, yes, I think this is the point that I wanted to highlight when I was saying that despite of these NTMs, the consumer appetite is so much that the informal trade on the Pakistani side is being driven by an advantage that consumer gets by having Indian medicine, which may be routed through the indirect route or through the informal route. And in our survey, we even had evidence that there were Chinese who were even sort of taking Indian medicine from Pakistan back to China. Now, that was something interesting. A lot of I think a couple of members in the audience sort of posed their doubts on the FDI engagements between the two countries. And I would like to pick on Sameer's point that Gets Pharma in Pakistan is already talking of FDI arrangements in India, and I invite others to look into their case. Of course, there can be, you don't need to enter into a JV or a subsidy to get the foreign investment going. There can be other modes of foreign investment as well. On the patent regime, I think this was a very valid question. Maybe I won't be able to comment over here about whether it is promoting or prohibiting the growth of pharma in Pakistan, but I think one of the things where it is closely tied up is the SRO regime in Pakistan. So, for example, if I don't talk about the final product in pharma sector, even if I want to sort of import the intermediate inputs or the sort of generics even, I cannot import. There is a near licensing regime, very much sort of synonymous to the SROs which we had discussed yesterday, and these are issued by the Revenue Authority in Pakistan. And this is what is actually this SRO regime is what is hurting the competition in the pharmaceutical industry in Pakistan. So I'll just stop over here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's time to conclude the session, and it's with a really positive note, because I think from the two papers and the discussions that followed, it seemed quite encouraging that there is a lot of scope, and I think in near future we'll be seeing much greater trade, if not FDI. in this area. And I also thank the two paper presenters. I thank the discussants, and I also thanks all those who raised questions from the floor for any jurisdiction. Thank you very much.
Ending on time.
Yes, ending on time. That is his.
Yes,